It's Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Monday. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. I'm happy where I am, where everybody's miserable. I know how to do radio, 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 radio. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap.
All right, took a little longer than I expected, but it happens that way. Anyway, so going to just draw some pictures, and this will all have to do with an apparent ambush of Mersh. So the characters involved will be done in portrait. So managed to get a screen cap, I guess, of the players. And I'll just start off with the first one. Let me see if I get a little more light in here for the drawing tablet. There, that should brighten it up a bit. And I'll have to remember to stare directly at the microphone as I speak to it. But of course, I'll have to look away. That's not going to work. So let me, yeah, oh, geez, the music. I guess I'll do that. Oh, that's in the wrong tab, stupid. This one, no, not well. All right, maybe this one. Yeah, that'll work, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I got to look at the image so that I can do the drawing. So first up is Stuttering John. It was his show, and he had Mersh on, but was it all a clever ruse? Well, it wasn't clever, but nevertheless, perhaps, I don't know. But anyway, seemed to be welcoming to him and stuff, and then the knives came out later, So yeah, I got this particular image. Well, it's Stuttering John, so kind of looking worn out, but yeah, I mean, he's 60 now, isn't he, or something like that? So That's to be expected, somewhat. So let's see here. We'll get his nose in here. Drawn a lot of Johns. Uh, Tried to do the Caveman John and decided my original one was better. I put that out on X and used the wonders of AI to provide the background, which was this, jungle scene like it's, I don't know, prehistoric times or something like that. And he's just standing in a clearing in the jungle with his club. You know, like he's on his way to go bash in the skull of some woolly mammoth. Because you got to eat, and that's probably how that went down. So there's an idea for a character for Stuttering John, Caveman John. The other story of John was this a lawyer lady that Judy, I believe her name was, that he was quite smitten with. He tried to romance her. It didn't appear to work out, but she did mention a lonely sister, so maybe there's some hope there. I don't know. He was quite intrigued with with Judy mentioning that her sister's so gullible. So that seemed to perk up his interest. That there's chances here. But I don't know. That was some other show, and we'll be concentrating on this one. Now here again, when your jowls grow out, it's not necessarily a question of weight gain. It's a question of age. So you do get bigger jowls, and losing weight won't lose them. No. So it's kind of it's difficult to detect the placement of the ears. I mean, you want to put them in there. They're there somewhere. He does have ears, and he does seem to hear for the most part. I mean, most of the time he kind of ignores what everyone says and just goes off on his own. But yeah, I guess that'll work. Here you don't really. Sometimes it's like he doesn't have. He does have teeth, but I don't know. They kind of disappear in there somewhere. These things happen. But anyway, he's declaring himself the Duke of the Dabbleverse. I thought he left all that and no more. And then he never seems to really follow through on that. But anyway, this all took place on his show. I'm not entirely certain what the thinking was per se. I don't know what problems he would have with Mersh in particular, but I guess he did. I don't. So here, there's usually a distinctive wrinkle there. And there we go. go. I'm not certain if he was actually trying to say anything at this point. I guess he was. There we go. All right. Let's see here. All right, good enough. And of course, the motto is good enough. All right. All right. So I guess I'll let the ink dry a bit there. Come back to it to erase the pencils. And I guess I'll move on to the next subject. A guy named Nasty Neil. Now, ironically enough, he wasn't really all that nasty. He seemed to be rather neutral in the whole thing, which I assume was the case. But he was there, you know. It's like, what's this about? Could be something of that nature, you know. Yeah, he thought this would be a good time, you know. And maybe he did have a good enough time. But the others had different plans. Yeah. Uh, little squinty eye there because he's smiling and stuff like that. Is this pencil going to... Yeah, that's a dead pencil, so we'll move on to the next one. Alright, let's see how... Trying to capture... There we go. I mean, the moniker is Nasty Neil, but he didn't really seem all that nasty. Yeah. But I guess he was there specifically to talk to Stuttering John about stuff, but you just never know what you're going to walk into. You know, turns into something else. Could be something like that. I don't really know. He had a knit cap on. There was some sort of, I don't know, symbol up there. I don't know what. Wasn't a light bulb. I don't. Maybe it is. Is that a light bulb thing? I don't know what it was. Can't quite make it out. So yeah, we'll just go with that. In this picture, he's got his hand, like his face is resting on his hand. So I'll have to try to draw that in. Some of this I'll just have to make up a bit as it the quality of the image is, well, it's not at its best. I can barely make out. So fortunately I've drawn hands before. So we'll do it like, I'll just consider it, it's all there. So he's got a beard, or maybe like sort of a goatee. I don't know a goatee is just the chin part, right? I mean, it does have the mustache, so I don't. We'll just say it's a beard. It's just like it doesn't go all the way up to his ears, though. Um, there we go. It's probably goes up a little higher than that, actually, with the hat. And all right. Uh, Now, keep in mind, I can only go by what was seen. Nothing else. Which is always the case with these things. People do videos. Someone else opines on it or something of that nature. But one can only go by what's there. That's right. So if someone should opine about it, well, if you put it out there, if it's what was there, I don't know what else there is to do. And yet there's always a lot of upset people and stuff. And then we'll immediately proceed to do what they say is absolutely abhorrent or of some sort. It's funny how that works out, but, well, it tends to happen. Okay. There we go. That might work. I mean, it's going to have to. All right. Put that aside. Now we can erase the pencils from the stuttering John portrait. There. Glass goes. Ah, yes. Yes, yes. All this goes out. All right. Oop, nope. There's a little more to go. All right. So now I'll have to go back in, as what I thought was ink is in reality, what do you call it? Pencil, you know? Oh, damn it. We'll just make it a thicker line then. There we go. All right. Something like that. We'll take the pencils out of nasty near. Ah, see, the ink was still moist. See that? There. However, Photoshop will abide. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why God invented Photoshop. Yes, yes. Yes. Can simply fix all that crap in Photoshop. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. I think that cleans a good bit of that up. Sorry about the smear, Neil, but these things happen. See, people might think this is the finished product right here. Well, they're wrong. No. This will be in color once placed in Photoshop. Oh, yeah. This hat, for instance, it's red. Of course, it doesn't show up, but it's in black and white. Because it's in black and white. Simple as that. I guess I really wasn't paying attention. His mustache is a bit thicker than I thought it was, but sometimes I can make a mistake. It does happen on occasion. Oh, yeah. but you'll just keep that to yourself. All right. Yeah. I guess this turned out sort of okay. All right. John and Neil. So, moving right along, up next, well, that makes Kiki. I've done quite a few drawings of Kiki, and this will be another one. And let's see, like that. She too is all smiles. Now she's sort of, up next after her is Ava, who's sort of John's chief prosecutor, whereas I think Kiki is like the backup, you know. Neither one makes a case or even comes near to an argument, but they try. Okay. All right. And the hair, so the head is actually going back a little further. Probably made the chin too big. Gotta kind of shrink that down. Something like that. And then, I don't know. Again, quality of the image. A lot of stuff gets lost. Seems to do something like that. And I don't know. She's in some big shirt. Kind of goes over the shoulder. Something like that. And there you go. It's really big. Damn it. Hair is parted in the middle. So it probably does something of that nature. And there you go. You pretty much got everything you need. So, do that. Have the hair kind of snake around here. All on this side. Up here, there. There's the character line. The other one here. And there we go. We'll just go ahead and take a certain autistic license, which of course I can because I do have one. And there we go. Oops. All right, good enough. So there you go. That's the Kiki drawing, I guess. And then we'll let the ink dry. Yeah. And then we'll move on to the chief prosecutor, Ava. Well, let's see. We'll do the face. All right. And the hair, kind of big. It's kind of back there, And then maybe it favors one side to the other. It's kind of hard to tell. And then bangs. There you go. Now everybody else, John just looks kind of, I don't know, surprised or something, or perhaps in mid statement of some sort. Mersh is just sitting there, huh? And then Neil and Kiki are laughing, whereas Ava looks deadly serious, And being the chief prosecutor and everything, can't let any foolishness get in the way. I got to keep on the target, and to bring Mersh to justice, I guess. I don't know. And so there you go. That's kind of the deal. Something of that nature. Let's see. Well, bring some of that in. Typically, whichever side, that's where the shadow goes. So the light source will be on that side. So we'll put a few more details here. And there we go. Seems to, I don't know, have a sweater on or something. And then put the hair here. And there you go. Whoops, I kind of screwed that up. Well, these things happen. But it'll probably work out. Oops. All right. Well, we'll just say the hair comes in there, And Uh, Alright. Try to do this with complete lines because when you go into Photoshop, you can just do the color fill and all that'll go to be black. Looks like there's, I guess, what highlights or whatever. I don't know. All right. What was? Oh yeah, Kiki. Take that. All right. All the pencil out of there. Okay. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. Okay. Looks to be contained. That should work. And then there's Mersh. So he's sitting there in his Santa Claus hat. Because, you know, it's Christmas and stuff. Let's go ahead and put the sunglasses in. And there we go. I'll go ahead and put the headphones in. There's actually a microphone kind of in the way, but I'll just ignore that. You know, artistic license and all that. There we go. The Santa Claus hat. And then here's the red part with the little, you know, Santa Claus ball thingy on the end of it. Okay. There we go. All right. right. So in this image, I can actually kind of make out his eye here, but again, artistic license, we'll just black all that out, you know? All right. Put the headphones here. Probably not getting that accurate. And I'll go ahead with the Santa Claus hat. There. The collar of the t-shirt. And there we have it. All right. Now the mustache. And a little tuft of hair on the lip. This here kind of goes over there. And be kind of thin, but it's not. It's I think it gets some gray hair there. So I'll have to deal with that. You guessed it. In Photoshop. Yes, yes. But don't worry, it'll all work out. Now here, I'll just pretend like the light source is on this side. And to give a certain amount of dramatic detail. Yes, quite. There we go. Yeah, really screwed this up, so I have to go over here. Yes, well, we'll just pretend like the Santa Claus had covered it up or something. Oh, wait, that's, where's the, yeah. There we go. There we go. See? It all works out. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let this dry. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right. Oop. All right. So there you go. That's the Jurings. Of course, I'm dissatisfied with all of them. Yeah, yeah. Not happy with any of those drawings. Oh, gee, what do you do? I just spent all this time on that. Well, one thing I could do is just start over and do it more in line with, I don't know, like more cartoony, you know? A. Thompson says the audio works. Well, thank God for that. I feel like an idiot if it didn't. Yeah. Total pain in the ass, stuttering caveman, long fires. Total pain in the ass, sculpted cheeks from Hollywood. Good Lord. Duke's brow royally furrowed. Cape Cod appreciated vibe. Total pain in the ass, dabble plans wide ranging. Total pain in the ass, too good with fun. Total pain in the ass, clam smell waiting, wafting nearby. Good Lord. Total pain in the ass, misery needs related upset. Total pain in the ass, easy vibe to multi jump. Total pain in the ass, charcoal ink fueling creativity. Sometimes. Graham Wellington, P9P. Bing, bing, bing. Yep. Graham Wellington, nothing bothers people. Absolutely not. Crouching Taylor Swift, Hidden Swift. Graham Wellington, best she's ever looked. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Hank Thompson, what are we drawing? Well, I said. What happened to Mersh? Oh, they all ganged up on him. A. Thompson, assume away. Assume away. Assume away. Assume away. Assume away. So, all right. Let me see. Stuttering John, do it more cartoony. No, here we go. There's quite a gap between the nose and the top lip. Seems to be something with that. Still not getting it. There we go. Something like that. And there's Mr New. Okay. Mm, something about the night chat. Mm, mm, Draw land, draw with your eyes wide open. But in this case, it's not really done. It appears to be looking down at the water. Something like that. Mm. There. Wow. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There you go. Good. Yeah. And then finally, Mersh. All right. Okay. Ta-da. Mm, Oh, yeah, here you go. There we go. Okay. There it is. Here, back up so you can see. Howdy Toto, says Saint Ranger. Howdy, Saint Ranger. All right. Uh, all right. Jeez. Well, never mind about that. Let's just go ahead. Take the pencil out. I think I'm going to go with these. Yeah, the smaller, quicker ones, you know? It's funny how that works out. But, you know, it happens. Okay. Yeah, that's a crappy job. It's a really crappy job. I tried to do that one again. I can't go with that. Where is it? Okay. There we go. That should work. If you draw a pencil line, then draw a line of ink over the same line, I feel like the ink encapsulates the pencil line, so I am surprised the pencil can be erased from under the ink. Any comments? Uh, well, the graphite of the pencil remains in place, and it's like no, it does not encapsulate it. So it's like they're not really bonded. So plus a lot of times uh, we'll go and erase the pencil lines, and quite a few the ink didn't quite cover it, so there's some amount of gaps in it and didn't realize it didn't cover it all. Probably because I just missed it and that sort of thing. Um, so it does not seal the pencil into the drawing. There we go. And awake. Erase color, canvas color. Stuttering cartoon seems redundant. Is what it is. All right. I mean, he was there. What am I supposed to do? Pretend he wasn't. All right. Here we go. Our characters. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we'll skip that one. The not so nasty Neil. There we go. And then Kiki. His mouth reminds me of, yeah, W.C. Fields. And there's quite a few cartoon characters who borrowed that from W.C. Fields that obviously had the influence. And John, he on occasion does have that look. All right, so now I got to switch over finally at long last to Photoshop. In the meantime, I will check my thyroid. Yeah, they already dealt with that. Let's see here. No, that's not long enough. What's this? Nailsin News. All right, that'll work. So I'll be back in a bit.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin.
14-year-old boy ate lunch in teacher's classroom because he had issues fitting in. Well, now the teacher's accused of drawing the curtains and raping him. Oh, well, here we go. Oh. Well. A Florida teacher, yes, is facing a litany of charges after she allegedly raped a middle school student in her classroom. The Orange County Sheriff's Office arrested Sarah Jacques, 32, on multiple counts of lewd and lascivious battery and lewd or lascivious molestation, as well as a single count of statutory rape by an authority figure. The alleged victim, now 16, spoke with deputies from the Orange County Sheriff's Office on June 10th and alleged that Jacques had sexually abused him in 2023 when the then 14-year-old attended Corner Lake Middle School. Jacques and the alleged victim began having lunch together in her classroom at the start of the 2022-23 school year because he had issues fitting in and associating with the right crowd. The alleged victim told investigators that he and Jacques grew closer during these lunches, but alleged that she began to isolate him from other students over time. He also said that the two began to express physical affection for each other, but alleged that what started off as chaste hugs and kisses on the cheek, oh, you mean the face, soon grew into what the affidavit alleges was molestation. According to the affidavit, Jacques and the alleged victim would text outside of school hours, but one time at 1 a.m., the boy's mother caught them exchanging messages and instructed both to stop texting, saying it was abnormal. The educator stopped texting, but also allegedly created a fake Instagram account where she would dirty talk with the alleged victim. The affidavit claims further alleging that she wrote, "I just had sex with my husband, and it wasn't the best, but I imagined it was you." A week before spring break in 2023, the alleged victim told deputies that Jackass covered the windows of her classroom with active assailant curtains. Oh, you mean to warn them that there might be a shooter or something? That's the dumbest thing you can use to hide what you're doing. Anyway, laid a pillow in the corner and had sexual intercourse with him. Jackass allegedly did not provide the boy with protection. Whoops. Jackass allegedly sexually abused the boy each day before spring break. But after the break commenced, Jackass's husband, with whom she shares a son, oh, good God, learned about his wife's alleged behavior. Subsequently, the husband posed as Jackass and contacted the teen on Jackass's secret social account. Jackass called the alleged victim from an unknown number and told the alleged victim her husband found out about their relationship and for the alleged victim to lay low because her husband was angry. Oh, you don't say. The alleged victim told deputies that in the remaining weeks of the school year, Jackass did not return to school. On June 16th, the alleged victim allegedly called Jackass on the phone in the presence of law enforcement. Okay. Jackass has not yet entered a plea, and the public defender representing her did not respond to a request for comment. She was booked into custody on June 23rd and made her first court appearance the following day. On June 25th, Jackass was released from the Orange County Detention Facility after posting bail. The principal at Corner Lake Middle School reached out to students' families after Jackass arrest and said, "There is an ongoing investigation by law enforcement and the district's Office of Professional Standards, and that this person will not be returning to campus pending the outcome of the investigation." Yeah, I guess not. If you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual abuse, text STRENGTH, that's STRENGTH, to the crisis text line at 741-741 to be connected to a certified crisis counselor. Unless they too start to isolate you and all that. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, please contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE. That's HOPE. Oh, the numbers are 4673. Or go to RAIN with 2 N's.org. There you go. Well, look, she had multiple. Well, no, she was wrong off from the beginning. Look, based on the bug shot alone, throw the book at her.
Just your need to take a walk down the street while killing, we kill it and kill it and kill it and kill it. There's some news.
All right, that's enough of that. Okay, so here you see. Do you see the car? But oh my God, see, I can't. Why can't I? I guess I need to move the board lower or something. That is the worst Kiki I've ever done, and that's including the. Where's the other one? Well, now that I think about it, damn it, it's here somewhere. You can hear the paper rustling. Yeah, that doesn't look like her either. Yeah, that's going to have to be redone. But, and that's a terrible John. But the backup John kind of works. So I guess I should have done a backup Kiki, you know. Well, I didn't. So that'll have to come later, you know. Oh, no. So, yeah, I don't know if I was going to put them all in their own backgrounds and stuff. That way I would isolate each one. So we'll just take this out. Yeah. And this Kiki won't work. So off you go. There we go. So that just leaves, well, we'll put in Stut Joe here. That sort of works. There we go. So moving over here somewhere. Well, we'll worry about it later. Guess we can do a, oops. What am I still on the, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. There you go, see? Instant hair. Nasty Neil. I don't know what the hell that was. There. And then, ta-da, he's in his black shirt. We will add this here. And we will do his head, his cap, you know. All right. Guess it's going to have to be one of these things done with layers. So, boost that up. There we go. And then the mustache. Yes. Put it over here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Something like that. And maybe we'll move that down there. Maybe a little more. That way it will, wherever it needs to be, with some of it coming through the facial hair, it can because it's underneath it. There we go. There's, all right. right. I'll have to fix some of this. Oops, oops, oops. Put that. There we go. Oops. No, we don't want that. There we go. Yeah. Okay. 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 Get rid of that out. Take all this out. That too. Now, should do Mersh. Okay. That. And now, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Gotta connect all this. Connect that. That. This. And then. Ta-da! I don't know what that is. But, it kind of works, I guess. And there you go. Now, like this. Oh, wait, that's not exactly. It's kind of. Screw it. We'll go with that. Oops, oops, oops. There. Oops, what the hell? Oh, crap. What's this? There we go. really didn't think this through. I'm falling asleep as I do it, but I'm dedicated now. I've committed to doing it. So now I have to. Whoops. Damn it. There. Probably would have helped if I'd just done that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ava. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Let me. Oops. All right. Do these. All right. I can do that. This. It's like this and like that. And there you go. I'll probably need to. Yeah, there it is. This. Okay. I don't remember what was it, like a purple? Oops. Think that'll work. Yep. And I don't know. Something like that. There you go. Now I gotta fix this. Oops. Gonna need one of these. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Yep. Flatten the whole thing. Go like that. And then, of course, John. Well, oh, wait. That ain't gonna work. No, a little more than that. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. I don't know, one of these. I probably should do another layer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, kind of a darker gray, I guess. Something like that. The little wrinkle that could. Okay. It's done. Alright. Huh. Alright. Didn't do enough detail there. Something like that. Whoops. Okay. There we go. So, I'll have to revisit this for the, I don't know, the ambush of Merch or whatever it was supposed to be. Who knows? Oh. But I'm falling asleep, so that'll have to do it. St. Ranger says the principal announced that the advanced sex education classes were put on hold for a while. Yeah. Tommy Jordan says, nice E. Why, thank you, Tommy. Tyler, the perfect storm, draw match with Juju eyeball, bro. Huh. Tyler, perfect storm, the shoulders are spot on, LOL. All right. St. Ranger, I've seen copper, silver, and gold in the color palette boxes years ago. But these days, do they offer a metallic looking version in your selection of colors? Like, all are very good. You nailed Ava, especially. You think so? Don't know if I would use the terminology, but Pello, Doug's on. Hey, Doug. Hey, everyone. Hey, Pello. Everyone says hi. Pello says, hey, St. Ranger. Pello, poor Mersh got triple teamed on that interview. Yeah, he did. And there he was trying to bring Christmas cheer, and they just had to ruin it. I don't even know what started it. I mean, the last I heard, he had that weird thing with Chad coming to his house and yelling at him, and then Chad had to make up some breakup story with his imaginary girlfriend, and then he used that incident as the catalyst for it. I don't know. Then Chad tells, hey, everybody go to Mersh's house, which of course becomes actionable, so on and so forth. What a mess. And then this. It was strange. I don't know what to make of it, really. But, they tend to yell at a lot of people anyway, so I guess they invited Mersh over for that. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter because there was no real arguments made or anything. I think it was Ava kept asking him if he had kids or something. And I'm like, well, who cares if he does or didn't? I don't know. And then Merce just left. I mean, it wasn't like he was going to get a word in edgewise anyway. So, I don't know how that worked out. But I mean, I guess they'll just cling to that he left, and count it as a win for the toe. Something like that. Merch said Stuttering John was nice until Ava came. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he said that. He said, he was real. But it's like, it's hard to believe that, he was softening him up, And then the attack came in, Ava started on him and Stuttering John took Ava's side. Yeah, apparently that's how that unfolds. So there you go. There's the deal. Much ado about Mersh, But don't worry, Mersh will be fine. And but boy, he is coming up in a lot of conversations. So I guess it's you want to use his name because he's getting a lot of attention now, which is what I just did. So you see, you see how that goes. St. Raiders, John sometimes acts like he wants to date Ava. Well, he might as well at this point, So that'll be the next thing. John and Ava. There you go. But then again, I don't know. John was really flirting with that Judy lady. Is Ava going to be upset? I don't know how that'll work out. But stay tuned, Just when you thought that had run its course, Dabbleverse provides, doesn't it? It sure does. Sure does. Oh, well, I got some cartoons out of the deal, so there's that. That's something. It is. So anyway, well, I guess I'll do this again soon sometime. And probably I got to get some Nailsin news stuff together. We'll do one of those. But that's it for this one. I will be putting these together. I'm not entirely certain what the narrative would be. But anyway, I'll think of something. But there you go. Cartoons of that crew. Yeah. Too bad about Kiki, though. I just couldn't draw her today. I don't know. Pretty much everyone else. Oh, well. It happens that way sometimes. Captain Infinity Time Travel Police shows up to give me the Vulcan salute, you know. Well, everybody live long and prosper. And speaking of time, it's time to end the show. I know, it happens. Gee, if I could just do another 10 minutes, it would make 2 hours. But I can't. So anyway, have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go collapse into unconsciousness. And, oh, wait, St. Ranger, I still have a hard time believing Norton ever had sex with any guy ever. I want to believe it is all a joke. No, it's not. I wish it was. Well, it could be both, you know. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, St. Ranger. Everybody, again, have a good rest of your day. Oh, God, am I passing out? Can I make it to the end theme song? There it is. I will hit. See you next time. Thanks for stopping by.
It's Monday. It's Monday. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's Monday. Woo! So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. I'm happy where I am, where everybody's miserable. I know how to do radio. 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 So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap.